Then he said, hey, did you call me a servant? I'm not a servant of anybody. I'm working for myself and my children.
Exactly.
Like a guy. There is nobody in this world who owes you anything. People will disappoint you.
Real.
They will disappoint you. People will betray you. People will stab you in the back. That on the 27th of November, people of Namibia are going to choose between me and the old lady that you are supporting. You will never forget those things.
Let me actually tell you the story.
Yeah,
boy. So I think this lady just Uutoni, she has a boyfriend, right? Khumalo.
Yeah.
He's a very big guy. Everyone knows him. He's big on Instagram.
He's rich or what?
He's a cheetah.
Yeah, he's a cheetah. Yeah, Krachmos.
Top dog.
Yeah.
Top score.
Yeah. So yeah, she bought for him goats for his birthday. Now obviously that's
not sheep.
Sheep and goat and everything.
Everything. Yes.
Babe,
There was a buggy full there.
the bucky was full,
You're
boy.
lying.
I'm telling you, boy.
The boy who jumped off the first story of Poly Heights, the building, and he committed suicide with no letter,
Nothing.
Welcome to In the Loop podcast, starring your host Nazim Harris and our co-host Kilo for real, and the lovely Dr. Job Amupanda, the next president, hopefully and surely, here to join us today with another banger. Today we're just trying to give nonchalant vibe, but we're trying to hit hard pressure, give you guys the information you've been looking for, even if it's not something you care about. Tune in, like, share, subscribe. You know the vibes.
We've been trying to get this big guy right here, Mr. Job Amupanda. We've been trying to get him for a very long time, 3 weeks.
Almost been like 3 weeks.
3
if I'm not
weeks.
mistaken. Because even before we did everything, we've always been thinking, let's get the great man to come on our podcast, because who else would we have on our podcast? He's an activist. He's running for president. He's been doing things, social standing. He has not too many dramas, I would say. Yeah, so we'd like you guys to hear from him. So maybe please introduce yourself.
No, thank you very much. I always struggle with introduction, and
Yeah.
I think it will pass. People will do Google and then they will have their own
They'll have to
opinion,
find out.
or who they think I am. But I really just want to. Some of us have chosen lives and careers that are in the public service, and we no longer own and control our lives. I always appreciate people who are very persistent. And I actually tend to, maybe I shouldn't say this because it will spoil it, but I'll say it anyway. I tend to reward persistent people, people who never give up, and you could have just decided, we can't get hold of this guy. You could have concluded by yourself that
He doesn't want.
Exactly.
but you didn't take that. That for me, that speaks to character. That's why I decided, guys, I think I was speaking to you and I said,
Yes.
let's do this tomorrow.
Let's do it tomorrow. You see.
Yeah, so because to recognize and reward that persistence, because it speaks to character. And people, the world is tough out there, and people who work hard, people who know what they want to do.
Exactly.
And what I get excited about is people who are starting from the scratch,
Yeah.
starting from the bottom.
Startups.
Yeah, I mean, there are some guys who, there's an artist, a musician, some big guy, and who decides now to do a podcast, and after that, a lot of people gravitate towards them.
Exactly.
Not necessarily because the podcast is good, but they are chasing the name. But look at you guys, you are starting from the bottom.
We have no name.
Yeah,
No name.
and you're building it up like that, and that touches my heart particularly because that's what we want to do with our young people, to support originality, to support tenacity, to support ability to cast a vision and follow it and fall down, get up, fall down, get up. And one day when this podcast is going to be big, and I believe that it's going to be big, and I'm going to be promoting this
God
podcast. God willing, and obviously you willing also. Yeah. Because apparently there's a verse in the Bible that says God doesn't help.
Those who do not try what?
Not only that, I know it. Mwashiwambo.
Just say it in Oshwambo and we can translate it for the people.
Yeah, Karunya Kwathero Malaimbera. I think there's a way.
God doesn't help stupid people.
Yeah, so like it's like people who don't work,
Yes.
Yeah, it's not an impression that we are just sitting there sleeping and say we are waiting for God to intervene. You are going to become a millionaire. You have to work hard. You have to pick up.
Let me continue on that. God can only help you halfway.
Yeah.
You have to work the other half.
Yeah. And there's a president of Uganda, and he's a very interesting man.
Serious.
Yoweri Museveni. He's a former revolutionary, and of course he's doing some horrible things. But every time I watch his videos, I laugh. You know, these things like these presidents now that we have in Africa, they always want to be seen as a good guy. So their method, the idea of presidency is they want to be like the American president. They buy the tie like American president. You know, what's the purpose of a tie? What role does a tie
play?
You can't even breathe properly. But that's what the orientation is. But Museveni is a completely different guy. So they were throwing concept to him and say, these things about servant leadership. And I'm a leader, I'm helping people. And somebody came, journalist was asking, what is your view of servant leadership? Then he said, did you call me a servant? I'm not a servant of anybody. I'm working for myself and my children.
Exactly.
Like a guy, and I was thinking, what? How can the guy say that? And he one day he was speaking at the funeral of some guy, and the children are there and the parents and everyone, and he now get an opportunity to speak. And then when he's speaking, and he just said, I heard the pastor was saying it's a work of God. God is very busy. This man was told not to drink alcohol, but he continued to drink alcohol. That's why he died. It's not the work of God. Like, he's at the funeral,
it seems very interesting.
But dark humor is necessary.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's very necessary.
This guy, he's a crazy guy, yes, and he's throwing a lot of young people in jail. But he's actually telling you that during COVID, he was giving a message, hey, you must behave yourself, because God is very busy trying to sort out many problems in the world. God does not have time to deal with idiots. And he was speaking and addressing to the people. So in other words, it is important, like what you're doing, for our young people and everybody else to understand that you need to hustle. You need to keep moving.
Exactly.
You need to try. You know, you don't need to look at yourself that I don't have a name. The name will come. I mean, no one is born to say today the child is born and this child is going to be a celebrity. No, absolutely not. My cake is here, chef.
The cake is here.
Just bring it here, boss.
Thanks.
Shout out to the chef, man.
Yeah, I like cakes. Thanks a lot. Chef, your name is?
The name is?
Come, chef.
I'm not the chef though. I didn't make it.
Yeah, you didn't make it.
I'm just selling it.
Okay.
He's just selling the cake.
Yeah, so I love cakes.
Nah. I think a lot of people love cake. For those who love cake, just drop a like already.
Just drop a like.
Just drop a like, man. Like, just drop a
Comment, I love cake.
The future president is eating cake on a podcast. Where have you seen that?
Where have you seen it? It's only here, boy.
My guy, if you don't subscribe now, I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I don't know, boy. But we love you guys, man.
So that thing is quite very important to try and fight, and there's not going to be anything that is going to be given to you on a silver platter. So that's why for me, if everything that I'm going to say in this podcast is absolute rubbish, but at least take this. There is nobody in this world who owes you anything. People will disappoint you.
Real.
They will disappoint you. People will betray you. People will stab you in the back. But the world belongs to those who are prepared for it. Tomorrow belongs to those who are preparing for it today. So it's very important for you. You just need to keep fighting. You need to keep going. I always make an example of, I think it's Denzel or who?
Washington.
Denzel Washington.
I think, or is it Martin Luther? He was saying, if you can't fly, run. If you can't run,
crawl.
walk. If you can't walk, crawl. For as long as you keep moving. So if everything else that I'm going to say is nonsense, but at least take this. And this has been my experience. I'm very privileged to have had difficult things at my younger age. At 22, 23, at 24, I was already being chased by presidents. I've been suspended by Pohamba, and they're saying, hey, this boy is a problem. Yeah, I was a spokesperson of the Swapo Youth League.
Sure.
And all these President Pohamba, Gaincob, these big
The big
Giants,
names.
big giants were sitting in the meeting and were discussing me.
Just about you.
Yeah, and they said, let's get rid of this boy. This boy is very problematic. He's going to poison others. And I was very fortunate because I get to experience the negatives. I get to absorb the heat at a very young age. So nothing surprises me.
Yeah.
So if I'm on the front page of a newspaper, I don't agonize. I simply just say, oh, what is it about?
And then you check.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Tomorrow is another day. But sometimes people, they can't deal with the heat. There's a story about a business guy who, in the past, newspapers never revealed what is coming in the news tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah, but now this thing just started maybe, less than 10 years ago. So you will have to wait for the newspaper in the morning. So this business guy was involved in a corrupt transaction and he was in the front page of a newspaper. He's a Rundu-based business guy. So the guy, because he was not used to it and he didn't want people to know about that. So he woke up in the morning because now there was this teaser was in the news tomorrow. And he's on his phone. On his phone he can see what's in the paper. So the guy woke up in the morning, he mobilized all his siblings to go to every service station. No, to go to ShopRite. He gave them money. So when ShopRite opened, one of his cousins went there and said, how many newspapers are here? The Namibian, I want them all.
He
bought all of the newspapers in town.
Serious?
Yeah, because of the thinking that he doesn't want people to get to know. And then people woke up in the morning, there's no newspapers in the room. Hey, what's happening? What's happening? No, there was a guy here who bought everything. So then people came to reinforce newspapers.
I'll ask why.
Yes. Now the story spread more because everyone is saying, but he thought he was buying the newspapers so that no one get to hear about those things. So it's a cruel world out there, but I think we need to prepare our youth for the reality. Prepare them for them to understand that this is how the world is. And you need to be fit for purpose. You need to be, I don't claim to have succeeded. I don't claim to be successful, but I have achieved my targets. In 2009, I was the SRC president of the University of Namibia, and I said that I'm going to come back at this place, and I wanted to be a professor by 30. Now that dream was postponed. I became a professor by 36. So I have achieved all my targets where I wanted there, and I don't claim to be successful, but my experience in achieving my objectives have always, you need to be tough. You need to be tough, definitely. You of course, people get hurt. You get hurt, you go to bed, and sometimes in life, it's just like that. I remember there are people whom I have assisted. There are people whom I sacrificed for. And then one day I just woke up and they're talking shit about me. And then you start, what is this world coming to?
Exactly. It's a cruel world.
It's a cruel world.
Then after that, I stomached that thing and said, man, you need to take it as a man. And no one owes you anything.
Exactly.
Even the person that I sacrificed for, that I did everything for, and that I believed that, this is your brother, this is your sister for life. And when I look back, I actually appreciated
that lesson.
What they did. Because that lesson would have come at 50.
Exactly.
Or 60 or 70. But it didn't.
It came at a younger stage.
Yeah, I came at a younger stage. And I don't think there's anything that people ask me, hey, you are running for president and you are not ready. I say, you see, and I tell these guys, you see the problem between you and me.
You care about.
Is that on the 27th of November, people of Namibia are going to choose between me and the old lady that you are supporting. They are not going to choose between me and you. They are going to be choosing between me and the person you are supporting. Yeah, so whatever it is that you are going to say, you have to, you are going to get a ballot, and you are going to get a ballot, and you are going to see my name first.
Exactly.
And I'm going to be there with a cap.
Exactly.
Yeah, so when we submitted our
names.
Yeah, no, because the ballot must have your photo.
Oh, okay.
So we submitted a photo with a red star, with a cap.
With the cap.
And then they started, no, this thing is not allowed. I said, it's not allowed because all these other guys are all wearing suits like this.
Everything.
They went for photo shoots and we are there with a star because we are protesting. We want to change things. We are rebels. So that whole ballot thing is going to have a guy with a cap and the rest of those other ones. Then say, no, it's not allowed. I said, but look at this lady. There's a lady of a president of Nudo. She's almost having that Herero thing. Yeah. So I said, but why did you accept her in the previous election?
Exactly.
That's a cap for me.
Exactly.
So she can put things on her head, but I can't put anything on my head. Nonsense. So that's why we are always very rebellious, intentional, and to challenge these things. And for me is that we are in to win it. But even before the contest begin, there are many young people that are saying, so you have just decided, ne? Yeah, those young people, some of them are at schools. They say, I've also decided I'm going to run for head boys. I'm also going to do this. I'm also going to do this. Oh, I'm also going to do a podcast. I'm going to run my business. I'm going to do this. That's what we want. But it can only come from some sort of you need to have a rebellious mindset. And you need to also have some manageable amount of madness. But I'm not talking about mad as in cuckoos. But I'm talking about to think differently, you know, for you to be able to think differently. Why do we have a situation like that? I was watching a video of a pastor in his church and said, congregation, who in this church wants to give me 1,000? Come to the front. Men of God, come to the front, come to the front. And then they were like maybe 70 people
who wanted to give 1,000
to the pastor. And then he said, but who in this congregation need 1,000? And then we just come to the front when they came to the front here. So now there were two groups of people.
The ones who were giving,
the one who wants to give to the pastor,
and
the one who wants to get. And these ones started, when they realized that the money is going to but they can't get out of stage because of. Then he gave them an instruction. Each one of you here, pick anybody on this side.
Trying to give 1,000 to.
To give 1,000 to. And it was the most beautiful thing that I ever seen. And then I thought, this is a revolutionary pastor. So that then that 1,000 was exchanged.
They actually exchanged the money.
But there are some who didn't get.
Because it was an opportunity. But the philosophy is just that give to the Lord, give to the pastor. But these ones are exchanging and giving each other there. So the person would have given another person, and maybe this person really needed 1,000. The reason why in the church they are praying to God for an intervention for the mother to be able to buy top score for their children because they have nothing to eat at home. So that pastor, because of that decision, because he had some sort of minimum and manageable form of madness to be able to disrupt the way of doing things, you come and give most of your time. Now
you're giving each other.
Yes, you're giving a chance. So it's that rebellious mindset. Because people when people are talking about the rebels, they're always talking about people with guns and killing. But rebellious and in terms of disruptive.
Someone who likes unorthodox things.
Yeah, absolutely. No one remembers who was a guy who, but even you don't even remember the nicest letter or the nicest how you propose your previous girlfriend. You don't even remember that. But if there was a you will never forget those things.
You will be like, I will do this so this girl will regret.
Like this.
Those dangerous girls.
So because you always remember those moments.
You remember the bad.
Because it can be the bad or the good, but it could also be the good. There's a story of a girl who people are making fun of her, but I'm very happy about what she did. So on the birthday of the guy, she went to buy goats and sheep.
Oh, her name is Uutoni. What's her name?
It's not, was it for the birthday?
It was for the birthday.
She bought sheep.
Wait, let me explain this story. So this is what happened. It was khumalo's birthday, right? So
khumalo is not the boyfriend.
It's not the boyfriend.
Are they married or not?
They are not married. They are just dating. There's a lot of drama around that lady. Even back then, there was a story of where she was abused. A lot of things happened.
No, but me, I'm defending the girl.
We should go back to 3 minutes back or?
No. What you saying about khumalo?
Must start over, ne?
No.
Just at khumalo.
You were just saying about khumalo, like the story back then.
Yeah.
Just go back to. Let me tell you the story. Start from there.
Okay.
You're good to go.
Let me actually tell you the story.
Yeah,
boy.
boy.
So I think this lady, Uutoni, she has a boyfriend, right? Khumalo.
Yeah.
He's a very big guy. Everyone knows him. He's big on Instagram.
He's rich or what?
He's a
What?
Jita.
Yeah, he's a Jita. Yeah, Krachmos.
Top dog.
Yeah.
Top score.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, man. Basically, it was his birthday, right?
Yeah.
Now this lady, Uutoni, she has a lot of drama. Everyone
She's also
knows.
very rich and influential.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Her father is money. You check.
Really?
Yeah. So now.
Rich girls, eh?
Yeah, rich girls. You check. Rich princesses. You check.
Me, I'm defending
Yeah,
the girl.
there's no
She has
problem.
a plan.
Yeah.
He does fitness and all those things.
She has a life.
Yeah, man, those
Yeah.
negative things are just 10%.
Exactly.
Real.
You guys
Yeah.
think that she lost her honor or what? Because she gave the guy goats.
Let me finish, man.
Tell the story, boy. Sorry.
Check. So basically, she bought for him goats for his birthday. Now, obviously,
Is it not cheap?
sheep and goat and everything.
Everything. Yes.
There was a bucket full there.
The bucket was full,
You're
boy.
lying.
I'm telling you, boy. So basically, obviously, people. It started. How do I say this? It went very viral.
Yeah.
That story went viral because imagine for the first time a woman is buying for a man sheep and goats for his birthday.
But hey, where have
And
you
it's
ever seen a man buying for a woman cheap for a birthday?
But no, in
I've never heard of
our
it.
case now, you can't obviously buy a man flowers and perfume for his birthday. You have to give him something that he can actually use. So she bought him sheep and goats, you check. So yeah, it went very viral. It went very viral.
And
That's
people
why
were probably like, wow, she's such a
No,
nice
but you must explain what actually went viral.
What actually went viral?
Now,
It was
the
not the fact
Khumalo
that
story.
Let me
You're missing the
continue.
point.
Yes, let me continue. So this started a chain where men were like, no, now I also want my girlfriend to buy me
Yeah,
this.
you
And
know?
then, yeah, so basically it started a chain like that. And then from there, months later, I don't know if it's months later or weeks later, months later, out of nowhere, Khumalo is caught cheating.
With a video, no less.
A video
And he dropped on his WhatsApp.
on his WhatsApp status.
How?
Now that story, everyone is like, those goats and sheep, eh?
Hey,
Singoano pigwa sama, something like
No, because she really stepped there, son. But you know,
Me, I'm a fan of the
drama.
of the
of what she did.
Yes, because I mean, look, that lady, for you to reach that stage, to do things differently, to do things differently. I mean, because that's exactly what we need to be able. I mean, the guys, you are just there drinking Hennessy.
But it's true, she did a nice thing.
Yeah. Because what if those goats have multiplied?
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's unfortunate, but me, I'm a fan of the.
I'm also a fan.
Yes, of the lady.
No, she did nothing wrong.
Yeah,
her problem is, or what people think her problem is that she trusted him too much. But you cannot blame someone for trusting someone.
Yeah.
You must blame the guy. He's the person.
Are they still
who-
together?
You never know with those girls who like
Yeah.
abusive
Me,
relationships.
I support-
Because you said she's been in a relationship like this before, right?
Yeah.
Maybe she likes it. Maybe she already knew he's a cheater. You never know. But now he got caught.
Yeah,
Now she cannot
I don't think
blame-
was a guy. Was it maybe just a mistake? Man.
He made a sex tape with another girl.
Then he posted it by
Then he
mistake.
posted it by mistake.
Oh.
Yeah.
So there's proof, visual proof.
Yeah, there's no.
Oh, there's no
It's
doubt.
not like a
There's
thing
no-
of someone said he cheated or
Yeah.
something, or he was seen at the club talking
Yeah.
to someone or something.
There are screenshots. People screenshotted the status.
Maybe they will forgive each other.
And if that happens, me personally,
I would you forgive?
Yeah.
There's no coming back from there.
after giving, and now I think there was a meme that said, what? Uutoni looking at the goats at her village and thinking, I shouldn't have taken this one, you know? And it's a serious thing because this girl must have really loved this dude.
To buy him ships and goats.
To buy him something worthwhile, man.
I think
not just a hamper,
She's just
not just a
gangster.
car.
She's just gangster.
Yeah, she wanted change.
Yeah,
She wanted to be different.
Yeah,
check.
she's gangster because she upped the game.
Yeah.
She did up the
Yeah,
game.
because I mean, she changed, and we don't actually realize what has happened during that process. So there's a lot of guys who were under pressure.
It's true.
Yeah, you Cape Town, you don't do what. At least because of what
She did.
She did.
She relieved
The
that.
guys got an opportunity to say, "You are just asking me, man. Check,
But look at what people are doing.
Yeah, check."
Why don't you buy me a goat?
So she changed it.
Even one chicken.
Even one chicken.
So gents, I think there's nothing to do with khumalo and hair. All the guys must actually salute because she managed to disturb.
She's a revolutionary.
Yeah, she's a revolutionary.
She's a rebel.
Yeah,
because she did an unorthodox thing.
And it was to the benefit of who? It was to the benefit of the guys because they got a breather.
Yeah.
You can always now when the guys are asking those things, you always we just put that photo was trending.
Yeah.
It was not trending necessarily because of hair. It was trending because the guys were saying check out what
Check out what people are doing.
Oh,
yeah.
Now imagine your hand is now asking you, no babe, let's go to Cape Town. Take me to Cape Town for my birthday. What did you do for me? What did you do
Yeah,
for me?
you guys are also
I'll also buy for you a hamper.
Yeah.
You're buying me a hamper. Let me buy you a hamper.
You see?
You see?
I know. I saw this comment, but Han was like, after that whole story, no guys, we should just be sticking to buying them
Nivea hampers and sex.
and socks and sex and
that's what she
whatnot.
said. I saw the comment myself, and it's also very disturbing how you guys want to sell sex or get something in exchange.
But I actually think there must have been a number of girls who have changed and who might have
taken a lesson
taken
from
her
that.
serious.
who might have bought things for their
And
guys.
shout out to you guys.
Shout out to y'all.
Yeah.
Show a nigga some love. Men need love too.
Yeah.
Don't be a
Guys, let's salute Miss Uutoni.
Nah, for real. Shout out to
For me,
Miss
she's
Uutoni.
she's
And honestly, we want her to come on our podcast. If
She
you
should
can-
come explain that
If you
story.
can come here,
Do you think
we
she
will
will
take you-
come and?
Obviously.
she doesn't have to tell us what happened. But she can also.
okay. Maybe then the discussion is about how did you come?
Yes, how did you come to getting to that
Yes.
point?
Yeah.
Because
What led
remember
you
that
to
she
doing
is there's a friend of mine who's close to her,
Serious.
and she does fitness.
Yes.
There's a lot of guys who after work who are very busy who get into a routine. Who get into a routine and they do this fitness like serious, maybe like 20 or 30 people.
Serious.
Yeah, and then they pay, and she's doing. I think she's doing very well for.
Yeah, she's doing very well for herself.
So when you think about it, it's those rebellious people who have who think differently.
They're creative.
Yeah, there is something up there. You know, I mean, there's just a lot of. Some gents that calls you, hey, me bro, I'm under pressure, man.
Oh,
Saying,
wow.
hey, what's happening? Oh,
Ndapata kena. Where's that meme? Ndapata kena.
Maria Pategena.
Apparently she's Pategena.
Yeah.
No, there was a meme one of the Kakema.
Wait, who's saying you are Pategena Ocheri?
It's a meme
Yeah.
of a guy, he's in the club.
Yeah.
Then he was like, who did he shout out to? He said, Thomas Ndapata kena. Something like that.
Oh, he sent a message to Thomas.
Yeah, he was recorded saying Ndapata kena, man.
Oh, maybe on the call.
And that's like a video of him hanging up. And now it's making me think of what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's adding up.
No, because if you think about it carefully, she's a hero.
Yeah.
Because she disrupted that whole thing.
No, but it's true, boy.
Yeah, in
Shout
terms
out
of
to her.
expectations.
Nah, it's true.
Shout out to you.
She really broke that chain reaction that was there, man.
Because now
Whole.
the guys were all just saying, yeah. Because for the first time, two things happened to my mind.
Yeah,
The guys who are always just oversupplying,
it's true.
they all of a sudden begin to ask themselves, but it's true, man.
So it's possible that I can also get.
I can also get.
Mandi doing the money.
When they go, body, pushing
can also get a goat.
Yeah.
Also get.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then that thing is that, the now they will go planner. That's what happened. But
Exactly.
in another one, on the ladies, shuja mwadi ka iko 250 ta hingi na iko 250 yaka hasaleme mane.
Yes.
Ko ka stop. Cheke upone tatondoka kwanza ke Uutoni ka
Block.
manga dari asesinga
Now she's now thinking, man.
the game
All this work.
Game has changed.
Yes. So, and you can see those ones, and you could see that the one that are laughing at the hair, particularly ladies,
They're just jealous.
is because she's saying, she was spoiling the thing for us. Yeah. She was spoiling our hustle.
Those are now the jealous ones.
Yeah, no, she was spoiling their hustle.
She
because,
did spoil the hustle.
Yes, because now what was happening is that you can get other things there.
Yes.
But it's not just Miss Uutoni. There must be many other young people who are changing the dynamics. It could be in football, it could be in soccer, it could be in many other. Because for me, as a youth leader and preparing for presidency, and those things have got very important. I'm not going to be a president who just concerned to speak on Kasinga Day and all those things. You will be a president. I will come even as president for us to talk about these things.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll talk about Kuchanwe.
Once you're the president.
Oh, I saw a picture, boy, on social media. Apparently, when our president, I'm not bashing the president, by the way, but when he went to, where was it? Where did he
China.
go to? I'm not sure, but then he took a picture. And then now people in the comments was like, take a picture of me looking serious with that.
Take a picture of me looking serious.
Mbumba, apparently no. Take a picture of me looking serious, and then now he's with other people. Take a picture of us looking serious, and now even people now started making memes of that. No? Now Amush also went on Instagram. Hi, now we're also doing it like him. Take a picture of us looking serious. Take a picture of us pretending like we're doing work. All those things, bro.
No, but Mbumba is a very interesting guy. I mean, I had a bad relationship with him.
Serious?
Yeah. I mean,
You guys have some bad blood.
yeah.
Yes.
And I didn't like him.
Yeah.
At all, because he during my hustle
Because of the other
after
video.
school. No, not that video. I mean, we had personal encounters.
Oh. Kune bifa?
Yeah, mane kwa ike ya paseranje kemo I succeeded in something that I was.
That he wanted to want.
No, I
He
succeeded.
didn't want you to succeed there.
Yes, wakaromboreko mane kucha. No, don't take that
Don't
guy.
let that guy go,
Yeah, but it was a transparent process and you kak. So
That's Anne.
yeah, katuneke omanenjo no, it's not nandoko itaisafamono and then the break.
Just.
I was very angry.
Is that deep,
Yeah,
way?
it was a horrible.
Papa
So,
open it for
Omane, but Omane, when he became president, I started thinking about it. Oh, but this guy, he became president when the other guy died.
Yeah.
I mean, they are the same age. They were born in the same month. He's 83 now. They were all 82 at the time. Then when the news came and the guy is president, I was thinking, man, but this guy is 80 something. They are dying. And I'm just going to, so before I know it, this guy is just going to die and I'm going to have
That hatred towards him.
some carried grudge because of what he did.
Yeah.
Then I realized that, nah, man. And I started really looking at the life of this guy. And I realized he was always the luckiest guy.
Of all his people.
Yes, he was the most luckiest politician ever. Mbumba never, even when he ran for something, he was always part of a team.
A team.
Yeah, he was never a leader of the team, even in politics.
Like those guys in the NAS
always,
groups.
yeah,
They
always
wait
just
for
a
the smart people
beneficiary.
to do the work and then they come and check and
just in the team.
Yeah.
So how did he become vice president? The other guy died. That's how he became a vice president.
Yeah.
And he was chilling.
Hey,
And then another nigga dies again.
Yo.
Then he become president. He didn't need to campaign for president.
So he's always been a hand-me-down,
Two steps.
hand-me-down type.
Yes,
Yeah.
2 steps.
It's always been 2 steps.
But
And now he's at the top of the food chain.
Yes. So then I realized, but this old man, I mean, he's always been lucky. So in other words,
He's not a problematic person.
Yes.
You'll never see him with drama.
yeah. So and then I understood some of the things that he did. It wasn't actually because of him. It was because he needed to please the authorities there.
Of course.
So and I actually found
A sense of relief.
yes, and I forgave him.
Yeah.
And I didn't tell him that I forgave
Obviously.
him. So I just sent him a congratulatory message.
Really?
Yeah,
And he responded.
He received it and he responded.
Okay.
And I felt a sense of relief because he understands. Because obviously I'm the last person he expect.
To say something.
Yes.
Because
Because
you will be the last. You will see him as the last person to respond to.
yes, absolutely. Because I wanted to.
Yes.
Because I didn't expect him to respond.
Yes.
And I just wanted to get it out
Of your system before it's
out of my system and leave it to
in
him.
the past. Yes. It's
Yes.
good to let things go, people. It's good to
Yeah.
let things
So
go.
that's also what I've just learned. I realized that I mean, it's not. Some grudges are not necessary,
Yeah.
but there are grudges that I think I have. Well, I can forgive, but I
Yeah,
don't
sometimes you
forgive
shouldn't,
easily.
yeah.
Yes, and because there are people who you need to cut off their legs now and then.
And we'll get to that one also.
So
We'll
you
get to
need
that
to-
point.
you-
I
because-
think we spoke about this earlier.
Yeah, so you need, if you don't, people are going to be running all over you. You
Yeah.
carry a guy, you put him on your shoulders, ne? And then because he's not on the ground, you are the one on the ground, and then the guy start dancing on your shoulders, dancing, having fun. Ne kak, I can feel the hey, but so so that you can so but at least that's one of the things that I'm actually very happy about what I was able to do, and this is also maybe sometimes as young people, when we are growing up, some people are going to be cruel towards us, and we carry those grudges, and they don't help us because I mean, this guy, he's 80, he's thinking about his grandchildren, he have wronged many people, and you are not the only person that you have done, so let it go, you know, and you continue with your own things. And once I did that, I was so free, and then I realized that he's actually a very innocent guy. I mean, he was sworn in, he's now president. And even as president, the journalists are asking him and saying, yeah, we lost a president, our president. So about 2 weeks, he didn't accept. He's president, signing letters as president. Everyone is calling Your Excellency, Mr. President. But he's still talking about a president who has died.
He's talking about Hage?
Yes. Serious? Because Hage, I'm sure until today, if you ask Mbumba, we get a mic, we got him on the podcast. Tate,
he's my neighbor.
President Oji.
He's your neighbor, in Andama.
House there. Yeah. Oh yeah. If you ask him and say, Kucha, Tate, who's the president of Namibia? He might actually say Hage Geingob.
Serious?
I don't think it properly sank in his mind.
Yeah, it won't sink in at that age, man.
So then I realized, Kucha, he's really like an innocent man, and one day we were sitting. But he was full of nonsense during that time. And I mean, we come and we discuss the issue and say, yeah, I'm just calling you to come. We want you to explain to you what are you guys doing at Kleine Coupe. Yeah, you are putting the party in disrepute and things like that. We are saying, but those things are also wrong. I mean, we can't just have people who are stealing and we must just be quiet and say, okay, now you have explained everything. Okay, then go home. And just 2 days later, we received suspension letters.
Serious?
But the nigga told us, Kucha,
it's over.
The story is done.
What?
No, so obviously he's innocent, man. He's just, there are people behind him.
It's giving high school principal vibes.
Yeah.
You know, the teachers, they're always the ones who, if you're in trouble, you didn't do anything wrong, but the teacher doesn't like you, and she reports you, the principal must take her side. Simple as that. So, it's not like that the principal hates you. He doesn't even know you like that. There are 1,000 learners in the school. Who are you?
Yes.
No,
so
there's actually...
if the teacher is coming to report you, he must take it up and say that he's going to take the teacher's side. There's no way he's going to take your side.
There's actually...
Wrong or not?
Yeah, there's a term that says there's a pyramid to this. It's like life is like a pyramid scheme.
A hierarchy.
There's obviously people there. There's people that are in poverty. There's people that are middle class. There's
the upper class.
Ministers, presidents, and then there's obviously that top guy. They call him the puppet master. You check.
Who's tuning the things.
He's controlling everything.
And I think in our country it's not one person, it's a group or a few people at least.
The person might not even be from our country. That's the thing.
Yeah, so that's exactly what they think. That I mean, I sometimes think about these things and say, 21 March, we've won the election, things are you are sitting there in State House. Because now you are entering a new world. So then the phone comes, is Joe Biden, President of the United States. This is apparently how these American guys, they just pick up phone calls and they call president. And so I'm thinking, okay, so he's an American president, whether it's Trump or Harris. Then she calls me now in State House. Because Hage had released a video of him talking to some presidents there, and the guy during those COVID, no president, we want to thank you for the donation we received. So then I was thinking, picturing myself, Guchata.
Is that how I'm going to be?
No, I already know what's going to happen. I'm thinking, so at that moment the country is in your hands, and this phone call comes in from this guy, and then he start talking shit. So I'm probably thinking, Gucha, I'm probably going to go in Oshuamba first just to cool off. So when you think about those things, because real power, remember we're talking about power and office. Office is just you are wearing a suit and tie.
Just the face of the...
you get a speech written for you. And that's one of the difficult things that I had as a mayor. So when I was mayor, And I came in there, the guys wanted me to wear a chain. That's heavy thing. Apparently you feel like you're a mayor. I'm thinking, nah, kak, I'm still young, man.
Yeah.
So if I wear that thing, it's like 5 kg.
Yeah.
So by the time I'm going to leave office, my neck is going to be like this. I said, hey, stuff that thing.
Yeah.
So, and then they will come and they will already written a speech for you. You didn't even meet to come and discuss what the speech is going to be about. And then it's just coming there. Ladies and gentlemen, and some things there, you don't even agree with it.
Real.
So the speech will come, sometimes but I think after 2 weeks they realize, hey, we're dealing with a different guy.
Yeah.
So they start coming now to me and say, oh,
What do you want to talk about?
Yes, what do you want to talk about? And then they go and do the draft.
Exactly.
And then they do a draft.
They give you the draft.
Yes, on
You go
what
through
I told
it.
them I go through. Then I say, okay, now I can read.
Yes.
But I always struggle to read. Or sometimes I go and write
Yeah.
and give them a rough text and work on that perfectly properly. So in other words, what I'm trying to say is like what you are talking about, the pyramid and who determines what out there. There are certain decisions that are just taken. This is the position that you must take as Namibia. Yeah, when you go to an international conference. There's an old man, Tuliameni Kalomo, Ambassador Kalomo. He's an old man who have retired, used to be an ambassador, quite well-established guy. So I was interviewing him for my master's degree. It must have been 2011 or so. So this guy tells me what actually happened in Libya. There was some meeting there in Libya. So they went with President Nyoma and with a delegation. So Gaddafi, now remember Gaddafi's a Magogo, and he wanted to be like a president of the United States of Africa. He wanted to be the leader.
The USA.
Yeah.
They wanted to.
Yeah. Gaddafi didn't joke around. I mean, he would even, one day you just wake up, he had paid the tickets of all traditional leaders because these presidents were moving slowly most. So the Jita just asked the guys of Libya, who are these traditional leaders, these tribesmen? Because he knows the tribe people are just in the villages suffering. They have never traveled. So he offered them fully booked flight, everything, and with allowances or something. So one day, when the president and people, they just discover they are African traditional leaders that are in Libya. Yeah, endorsing the guy.
Now imagine you're president and then you wake up and then you're like, what are these people doing there?
All the chiefs, they are already there.
Serious?
Yeah, so Gaddafi used to be very strategic. So one day, there was a meeting. Now, then President Nyoma had to travel back to Namibia. So then he told the delegation, he told him now to say, no, on this issue, this is the position of Namibia. So you go and communicate like this. Okay, then President went back. So Gaddafi is now chairing the meeting. And he said, okay, Namibia, what are you saying? Then the guy tells now what Nyoma told him. Then Libya said, hey, who's that person that is sitting on Namibia's chair? I spoke to Nyoma, that's not what he said. That's not Namibia's position. Namibia's position, I know it, and that's what it is. And the guy said, okay, sorry, he apologized.
Yeah.
So then they went. Now, when they went back to Namibia, and then Nyoma saw the outcome of the decision, said, hey, but how come we are saying here we agreed on these things? We didn't agree. Then the guy says, no, this is what he said to me in the meeting. He said, you guys already discussed it, so I just abandoned it. When they found him, I said, yeah, you people are just, how can you be dribbled like that?
You see?
So the dynamics of global power and those things, because you only get to understand them when you understand politics very well, when you understand leadership very well, but also when you get to those positions. That's when you could also be able to see. But if you are a weak leader, and weak leaders, look, if a person has been weak from high school, from whatever, that person is never going to change. And that's one of the things that we never check. And that's why people always say, there was a politician who was saying, even if you put a donkey as a candidate of SWAPO, SWAPO will always win. Because that's why they always thought that young people will be the same.
Yes.
Yeah, because a weak person starts already now. If a guy is weak today, if a guy cannot, even you guys are starting to be entrepreneurs in future, if you have a partner or a friend or an employee, and you give them $10 to go buy a cool drink that costs $7, and the guy doesn't give $3 change or $2 change back, don't think that when he gets 10,000, he's going to bring back $2,000. He won't.
That's real.
That's just how it starts like that.
Yeah.
So a weak guy in the street would be a weak guy in town. You
So
see?
wherever you are, you're just
Yes.
going to be weak.
Yeah, I mean, it's just all the things that everything is the same.
Yeah.
It's like you take me here, put me in another podcast, and you ask me what is my view on the world. It will be the same. I can wear it differently. It will be the same.
Everything, exactly.
And I want us to just switch topics because we still have a few questions.
Yeah.
We don't want to stick on one thing too much. We love the vibes, the conversations. We hope you guys learned a lot. And by now you are probably commenting. Just comment Dr. Job, comment future president, good vibes. Like, share, and subscribe already. Make sure you are saving the videos so you can watch it later if you're tired or you're busy. Yeah, so let's just continue. There's been a certain current situation that came out. I don't know if you focus on like the students at NAST, because I know you teach at UNAMIBIA'S.
Yeah.
There's also drama there, but we cannot go there right now. We've already been banned. We're striked for speaking
For
on
talking
this.
on those
So we'll not go on that one, but we want to focus on NAST right now. The boy who jumped off the first story of Poly Heights, the building, and he committed suicide with no letter,
Nothing.
He
just woke up one day.
just woke up and decided. No, he not woke up and decided, but he just woke up and
Decided, no, I'm tired of my
sacrificed his life. And I feel like it's been something that was now pressuring him. And I also just want to ask you, and also want to tell you that these people at NAST have a thing. Let me not say NAST. Let me say the students at NAST have a thing of trying to put people down for humor and for laughs and for social media presence. My guy, you're not getting even $1 from that Twitter post that you made about that person. Nothing. You have no monetary gain. Nobody even knows you. Sometimes the person who made the account is unknown. What are you gaining from it? And I think those are now the people that we need to now eradicate from the society. It's not hard to hack your account. We can take it out. We can remove your account completely. I'm just saying, it's not a hard skill that we have that skill. Me and Kilo. I'm going to tell you that. But it's not up to us. There are some people who can also do it, but they're not doing anything because they are minding their business. But now this boy, he killed himself. Now look at you. You might have been the cause.
Okay, let's ask.
And now let it sink in that this person, his whole life is school, home, sleep, wake up, study, and then you come, disrupt his schedule with your crap, with your online,
Okay, but we
activities and all that
can't
stuff.
really say.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm saying that could be the reason, because there's a serious cyberbullying situation at NAST. So you can also put in all the reasons as to why this person would have done this, and also now the harshness of school. And we want you to tell us, what do you think men now, because there's been a statistic that boys or men have a serious thing of holding in things. They don't like talk, they don't share, they don't like free their mind of all these problems that they have, and then it piles up, and then just like that the person can no longer handle it, and then he's gone. And you even mentioned this story about how you also you had that moment in your life where someone betrayed you and you couldn't anymore. You asked yourself why, but then you realized, no man, it's not my part to care about what they are doing. I must do my thing and I must keep going. They did their thing with their reason for you to move on, right? And you found your way to get out of that depression. But some people, and most men, don't. So what is your advice? What do you think these students should do or practice for them to stay out of such mental states and problems and stuff?
Yeah. So you were saying,
I wanted to say, you guys.
But I did get the question.
You got my point.
There's also a stigma. There's a stigma around men.
Seriously.
I feel like that's also why most men tend to commit suicide than women, because there's a stigma around men. Not even just in this country, internationally, everywhere there's a stigma around men that no, you must have a stone of heart. Even the way families bring up their children, they're like, no, you must be a man, you must do this and that. But then we don't understand that men are human beings also.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's a stigma around that no, men should act a certain type of way, men should keep things inside. But You guys, if you keep something inside and the things keep bottling up, the thing will explode. If you keep on filling something up for too long, it will overfill, you check. That's basically what I'm trying to say. There's a stigma around that, and I want to hear Mr. Job's views on that and what we can do.
Dr. Job.
Yeah, Dr. Job actually.
Future president of this nation and the fighter of the youth and the rebel that he is.
Yeah.
You know? We want him to tell us.
But maybe let's start where you just left off, and so that we can dramatize it for people. You see, the alcohol that I drink properly is called Omaongo.
Oh, the traditional one.
It's a bamboo drink. Right?
Yes, Marula's.
It's very strong. You need to be strong.
Yeah.
Because once you drink it, there are parts that it touches. It kicks here, and then it kicks here in the legs. Yeah, it finishes you. That's why when people are consuming it,
they must be sitting down.
Yes, they're usually relaxed.
Yeah.
You're drinking it after you have eaten, and then you're just relaxing nicely, having a nice conversation. We could actually even have it
Exactly.
here. Not that you are drinking and then dancing. It's not meant for moving around. It's meant for relaxation. Now, Omahongone in that bottle. So it's meant. So once you put it in and you lock it, so it's meant to. You need to be able to open
leave
it.
a small space for air to come out.
Yes, for air to come out.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't, it's going to burst.
It's going to burst, yes.
That's exactly when you just look at, because when something is just full, it's just full. And even in the digital world, when you just, our phones, like I'm struggling with my phone, I realized somebody advised me wrongly that no, you don't need on your iPhone, just buy 128 GB, but all these videos that we do in activism and things like that, and I realized it was a very wrong thing. And the other day, my WhatsApp just locked and says, no, you need to delete things.
Yes.
Because it was saving in WhatsApp itself. So the phone could not, it gave in.
Yeah.
So because the phone gave in, and because it needed to be, you needed to upload. Yeah? I'm trying to give you all these examples that there are just certain things that there's nobody who's able to stomach things forever. You can't succeed by stomaching, keeping things. So we need to be able to, even there's something that is called venting. Of course, we know about what venting means, but social workers and psychologists in their training, and because remember, even a doctor, because people die all the time. So you need to balance the every day. Can you imagine how normal it is to you? You don't think about it, but imagine one day you are just a doctor for a day. You wake up today and you go to the hospital. There are people who are admitted. So when you come back home, you wake up with your husband, with your wife, with your girlfriend, with your brothers, and you're going to the hospital. And when you go to the hospital, 5 people die.
Sure.
That you're treating. Okay? You come back tomorrow again. 10 people die.
Sure.
You come back the 3rd day. 30 people die in the hospital. So in a month, it is possible for 40 people to die.
Under your hands.
Yes. But us, we are just chilling.
As a toilet,
Yes. We're just chilling,
vibing,
doing our podcast and all those other things. So those people, police, soldiers, even the firefighters. So when there's a fire, they will just call 911. We just call city police. The ambulance guys come there, and they must go and take and rescue. Then they will realize, okay, they pick one child, save one child, but the fire is coming now. They at that moment, while holding this child, other twin, they have to make a decision that it's not safer to go and rescue that one. And that child is crying, it's stretching their hands towards the firefighter. The rest of us are out there.
Sure.
That firefighter will have that image
in his mind forever.
For a long time. That's why even for them there's what is called venting. Because they need to vent. They need to be allowed to be able to vent. They need to, so in their training, in their orientation, they need to be taught to be able to cope with those problems in life. So the point I'm trying to make is that everybody need to offload.
Yeah, that's real.
But that's also the nature of life, isn't it?
Exactly.
What are these ages that we have, even when it comes to sex and things like that? So the orientation is just that everybody need to offload. Yeah, there is nobody. I don't know where we get this idea about stomach, and we must explain it. I'm one of those guys who believe that we need to have strong characters. Yeah, strong characters. That it can be men and women. And I believe in the rule of nature. I also believe that men and women are given different abilities, right? I actually believe that women have, if this could be measured in volumes, I would believe that women has a greater volume of love, care, and compassion compared to men. Yeah. We can do research and do whatever. If we could test love, care, and compassion in the lab, if it was in the blood, I'm convinced that we will see it more in women.
Yes.
Because I always give the example. People laugh at me, but I'm saying, if my mother calls me and I have to go to a meeting, I need to cut the phone because my mother will never finish, right? And when I was in school, my mother would, do you have food to eat? And how's your pillow? And all those other things. Oh, mommy, now.
Yeah, that's how mothers are.
Yes,
Yeah.
because they are wired like that. But if my father, and people always say, but what do you mean? They say, you need father's love and all those funny nonsense that people think that in the white society we must bring here. If my father calls me today and he says, son, I just want to tell you I love you. You know what I'm going to do?
You want to laugh?
No, I'm going to drive to the north because my father is dying. What is the story that he's telling me about? Yeah, because
it's unusual.
Yes, I mean the first thing that he does, just to say, father say, I'm proud of you. To say, hey, what nonsense are you doing there? You know, he says, those people are saying those things. Hey, don't worry about them. Tell them whatever it is that you want to tell them. Tell them whose son you are. Tell them about who's your grandfather. You know, those type of things. So it's like it's a man who arrives at a particular occasion. He speaks when it's absolutely necessary. Right? So it's a thin line between having strong people. But having strong people doesn't mean body. That's why I'm giving an example of doctors, nurses, firefighters, even police officers who come at the scene. You know, even when you come to a scene and somebody's leg is there, somebody's head is there.
Something, those things scar you.
Yes. So who do you think collect the arm and the leg and the intestine?
Exactly.
Somebody does that. So nobody ever bottles up anything. So that's what is at the first level. But the second level, I don't think at these universities, I don't think there is a proper understanding of what is called student affairs. Yeah?
Real.
So you need to, I actually believe that the guys who are running universities, and the guys who are running universities and the guys who are and the students, there's a serious disconnect. That's why sometimes you just sit down with those guys that are with your siblings that are in grade 7, grade 2, and then you can just say, oh sir, the dynamics have changed. Yeah. So you keep repeating the same thing and the guys are just laughing, that topi. Because he's unable to adjust to the realities. So these guys have this thing, what do they have? Cultural festival, HIV awareness. So I can almost guarantee you that the calendar at NAST of events at NAST in 2012 is not different necessarily to the one of 2024.
Similar.
There will be a cultural festival, there will be welcoming bash, what, all those nonsense. But nobody actually realized that, man, in this course, in engineering, students are failing. Okay, if the students are failing, a class out of 100, only 20 passed. What's happening to 80? Then it's normal, people fail. So, but a university that understands, it's already a red flag there. So these 80 guys, where are they?
Where are they going to go?
Yes. So I need to see them as a leader. I need to be able to see them.
Talk to them.
What's going on?
Talk to them. You know, there was in my class, because I always try to speak to my students and to 1 hour of class, I will only teach for 40 minutes. And 20 minutes, it will be for interaction and life lessons. So I always tell my students about, and that's one of the things that I'm going to miss about teaching. Obviously, as president, you will not be
you won't have the time
teaching.
for those things,
I always, and then one day, one student came to me, and this boy just said, because we were talking about parents, cultures, and things like that. And you're saying, this guy just said, my father is an asshole. And others were all laughing. I said, no, don't laugh. Allow him to speak. Then he said, now he wants me to relate with his siblings, and I didn't even know them. Those other kids, I didn't even know them.
He made with his...
he made with outside there. So then I say, okay, but did you ever speak to him about the circumstances? So, and then we started having this conversation, is that, what if you are not your father's child?
Imagine.
Then he looked at me like that. Just think, have you ever thought about it? And it's only your mother that knows. Then he said, okay. Then he started, DNA is important, ne? But we were having this conversation about, this guy was very aggressive about his father. And this other student was saying, we were talking about African culture and how we treat death and things like that. And in Damara culture, you mourn. When you mourn, there's something that the children, your grandmother must apply something on you. And this guy, one of the students was saying, like my grandmother. That woman wanted to pour me. I said, no, I don't want that thing, because the boy grew up in town. And then I started pressing him, engaging him. And he went to do some exchange program, and he ended up being an excellent student who understands decoloniality and decolonization of the mindset. I actually think in our education system, in the institutions of higher learning, when you come in there, you are paying for as long as you are paying, and you have a student card. You go to class and you write exam. You are like a machine. You are like a car that belongs to Nust. No one actually check on you anymore. That's just how they see. That's just how they see it. So that's also what I actually think is, because part of the problem is that no one knows, and they've not put the mechanism to know. Right? So the lecturers come to class, a class of 300, you wouldn't even know all your students. No one knows that this guy didn't come to class today. Sure. No one checked that some of the lecturers. That's why we are talking about decolonized education and an African approach to education. It basically means then that's why in an African culture, even people who are not your parents can beat you. Because they carry that responsibility to say, hey, what are you doing here? But nowadays, if somebody beats your child, you go to court, you sue them, right? So the lecturers and the teachers at schools and the hostel matron and the people at Dino students, they have no relation, they have no understanding with students, they have no relationship with students. Now even these ones that we are having in the SRC, these are just some kids that are chasing for clout. Exactly. We no longer have revolutionaries. So
that's true.
That's true. That is so real.
Yes.
That is so true.
Because that's what you actually find. And I look at some of this quality of people who are like student leaders. It's just that good English.
My name is Beata Thomas.
That's all that.
Vote for me, vote for change.
That's all that they are talking about. You no longer have a guy who stands up and say, "Nay, stuff this thing. We want to have junkies on campus."
That's right.
Nay?
Why are the blue junkies outside?
Yeah.
Bring them inside.
Exactly. What are we doing about the whole the boy committing suicide?
That's exactly what.
We just continued with the normal things, cultural.
People just had the cultural fest. Nice. Did someone even shout out that guy?
As if nothing has happened. No one is called that we want to understand.
Until it's your brother. Yeah. And then you'll be there.
Because you ought, at this stage, an investigation ought to have been launched. All the friends of this guy
must be called.
What was he saying on the WhatsApp groups?
It's true.
What was he posting on his status?
It's true.
Somebody, those guys.
I don't think we have a cyberbully task force in the police. No?
All these guys, what they are doing is that, no, the police is investigating.
Do you have?
Where?
Do they have a cyberbullying task force?
Not.
There's a cyberbullying in other countries.
They have there is a cyber laws that have actually been crafted for those things. Because remember what actually
growing in our country.
Remember what has happened is that everybody now have two lives.
The life online? In the life and real life.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you actually find what social media have done is that you can actually find a coward.
Yes.
A coward, but
Fake profile.
that guy or that guy on social media is like he's the bravest.
He's the loudest on
Yes.
social media. In real life, he's
Yes,
a mouse.
that's why some of those guys, I tell them that wherever I see you, I'm going to cut off your legs.
We'll post the screenshot of one guy, Philemon, what's his name? Shikomba. Philemon something. This guy has been attacking now Dr. Job. I saw the tweet yesterday in the evening, and I told Henry, I said, our good man is having a beef. Beef.
They never forgot.
Someone wants to blast someone, you know? And then he told us earlier, he said, I cut off that guy's legs already.
Long time ago.
Long time ago, 2019.
Yeah.
And he's still continuing. And he made a point to say that people...
Let him actually say the point.
Tell us.
No, but maybe let me start on a positive note.
Yes.
The positive, this guy apparently he's afraid to come to Namibia.
He's not from Namibia.
No, he's apparently, when I got the screenshot. Because what I do is that with the reactionary, I just block.
Yeah.
Because it's like, this is how I operate. I'm very focused on my program.
Yeah.
I mean, if you park your car there will be no dog that will go into. It's only the moving vehicle that they back to. So there's probably somebody who's talking about me in China or in India. There's some Shebin. I will never know.
You'll never know.
It doesn't affect me. So you black out those guys. So a reactionary that comes my way, out,
That's 8.
out, hit on the head, out. So I don't even check what that guy does. But when somebody sends me the screenshot now, you see my post is on 2019.
Yeah.
So I made a commitment because there are certain things that you just don't do.
And imagine that time I think he was using an Android because the font was like Samsung Galaxy.
Yeah, so this guy is...
So he's just old.
Look, you want to battle with me. You want to make a career out of... I'm sometimes sympathetic to these people who want to... Because, I mean, the highest 3 catches most wind. Now, in order for you to get attention, who must you attack? Job, okay? Fine. If you're just doing that for cloud, for you to make a career, to be seen as... Sometimes I used to respond to them. then somebody...
You must never respond to him.
I respond to one guy, and then I got a message. Then he said, guys, check on my Facebook. Job responded. We are busy. I'm busy taking him on. You see,
made him cooler.
Yeah, so he feels that he's a magogo now. So
Rule number 1, never respond to him.
yeah. So then this guy, we are battling, but there are certain things that you don't do.
Yes.
You don't mention my children. You don't mention my grandmother. You don't mention my mother. You don't mention my father. So keep away from those things. Then we'll have peace. This guy just came and he says. It talks about my wife. My wife has nothing to do with my politics. Now, it's people are saying, yeah, but how can this guy say this as president? But look, even as president, if another country attacks or kills a Namibian, it's my responsibility to fight and clap back.
Yes.
So I'm never going to, because I'm running for president, I'm never going to allow nonsense. So keep out. Leave my wife, leave my mother, leave my children. So I told this guy, wherever it is that I'm going to see you, that was 2019.
Yes.
I'm going to vacuum clean you properly so that you can be an upright guy.
Yeah.
So I
I think I heard
but now apparently he's saying he's afraid of coming to the if you read the thing, he's afraid of coming to Namibia. What is it?
What is it saying? Let me show you guys.
Yeah.
We'll post the screenshot right here.
Yeah.
It says, Shipulo threatened me, and now I live in fear, and I'm afraid of coming home. I don't understand how such a person is even allowed to run for president. He clearly doesn't support free speech and does not represent all Namibians. Then I think he posted your screenshot of your reply the other time.
Yes.
Where it said,
Apparently as a receipt now.
Pray that I never meet you, Shikori. From today, know that I am on a mission looking for you.
Yeah, so he must stay. Yeah, he must stay.
Yes.
He must stay out.
Yes.
Because I'm still going to deal with him.
Yes.
But he must just make sure if he knows what is good for him.
Yes.
he must mobilize society so that I can be voted as president. Because now if I'm president, I cannot be
doing those things. Yes.
But
if you want to save your friend, just vote for Mr. Job.
So,
Job.
So then that will be easier. But that's what happened generally. You must never ever lose your ability. And I know people who are looking for power, who have been voted, they will always very careful to say the nice things. But if you lose your ability to tell people where to get off, that's how you lose your identity.
You should, if you don't ever lose the ability to draw lines.
Yes. Because that's how they control you. Say, yes, that's how they control you. Because what it basically means that you become this Jesus who gives another cheek and then you give another cheek.
The way the Christians like it.
Yes. So that's what is going to happen. What type of society are we going to be living in where people can just harass you? So this president thing, I'm going to be president for 10 years. And after 10 years, I'm going back to my village.
Do you have that view that Muslims have of eye for an eye? Would you say you have that view?
Generally, I believe that unless there's extraordinary intervention, the natural order of things that must be eyeball to eyeball, toe to toe, head to head, eyeball to eye, face to face.
Yes.
So I believe in that. But I also make provision that it is also possible for you to make the peace. So the natural order is eye for an eye. But there is a possibility to make peace. Like for example, how I'm saying that, look, this guy, I need to one way or the other, I need to panel beat him. Panel beat him could be praying for him, could be kicking him on the buttocks, it could be just pointing a finger at him. I'm not saying what I'm going to do. It could be I'm referring him to, I'll write him a letter, or I'll invite him to a boxing ring where he won't last over 20 seconds. So whatever the case may be, that's the mission. That's why I'm saying that's the orientation of eyeball to eyeball. But if I'm president, I have to understand that I have a responsibility towards this clown. Because I'm now a president of all. I'll be a president of pigs, I'll be president of pastors, I'll be president of everybody.
Everyone.
So there are certain things that you, when you assume that office, there are certain things that you have to accept. But there are certain things that I'm not going to accept. For example, I hear that you don't have your phone anymore. Chief, I'm going to be on those WhatsApp groups and say, hey, it's not true.
It's not true.
So I'm going to have my phone to tweet and say, guys, even if I was president, and then people start beefing on Uutoni, and I say, guys, remember, she did what's the most important thing. Gents, salute Miss Uutoni for what she did. And why can't you do that as president?
Yes.
Why can't you enter those conversations as president? You can.
I also have a question.
I just wanted to give a message to the NAST students. Quickly, just give them a message.
So we need to understand the students, and we need to understand the students as leaders, as the institution. But students, you also need to understand yourself. And I try to imagine, if it was up to me, I would give NAST some land elsewhere for them to build a proper campus.
Out of Windhoek?
Just somewhere, like you see, UNAM is better. So at UNAM, when you go to UNAM, you can go to a stadium and just walk around and chill. You can go to Leisure Center. You can go to Independence. You can go to the Grab. Right? You can go to Gym Hall. Where do you go to at NAST?
It's just
when you are living at those holy heights.
Exactly.
Yes.
No, it's like a hill and then long stories.
No, let me actually talk.
Other
Other students, they have to make places now. Like there is something they used to call the blue house, where people go there, they chill. It's outside of, it's close to us, but now students have to do that themselves. They have to, where they can go, they can drink, they can relax, they can eat. There's places like Kasi Bega where they can go there, they can chill, they can talk and everything.
And that's one of the problem I have with that arrangement is NAST, because NAST is actually not student friendly.
You're right.
It's not student friendly.
You're right.
You can, when you go to the gate, it's already
Thousands of people just there doing nothing.
There are two small, tiny gates. This one and another one
That's what I've been telling Henry.
Yeah. So it's yes, there's a rest that is created there, but that's a private person.
That's a private thing.
Yeah, but where do
Don't
if
even
you just want to
us.
yes, where do you even get the girls? Yeah, I'm out of that industry now.
Real. But they're speaking
married
facts
now.
though.
Real though.
But where do
They
you
don't even
actually
allow
choose?
visitors, bro.
Do you know when you just enter, there's already that grass out there.
It's true.
Yeah, you just see a babe there, just chill there.
Yeah, you can go.
Why?
My sister, my
Yeah,
size.
you understand?
That's
So
you know?
everyone is just clustered in that.
And they like it.
I actually don't think it's
And
a
for some reason
sustainable.
they like it.
Because where
don't
do you
know,
chill?
that's the
Because
so
that's where they can
toxic.
judge everyone.
Yes.
Because it's like a white page and all the black spots are just there. There's no car.
So you can
know,
imagine
everyone is just there.
Where do you just go and relax?
There's no place to relax.
There's no place to relax.
Like an hour, 14 minutes. So,
Yeah.
An hour 14.
an hour 14.
Let's go to hour 20. Yeah.
Okay.
So that NAS situation is so tragic, and but I'm actually not necessarily the student leaders, because sometimes a society the leaders are a reflection of society.
Yes.
Those student leaders that we have, those youth leaders that we have, are also produced from that thing. Yeah. So what is the program? Then you think that the only program is just to have by now. In this month, there's supposed to have been interventions organized by the SRC just to talk about suicide and mental health. Because you see, that situation is that what then happened? And no one is thinking about this.
Nobody cares.
Yeah,
They
so-
think,
so-
it's just school stress.
This guy was in a particular class.
Yes.
Okay, so he dies today. And
Can
there's
affect the class
probably
dynamic, yeah.
yes, and there was probably a class at 17:30.
Yes.
Did that class continue or not? It probably did.
It probably
Most
even
likely
continued.
And the following day, it probably did.
It probably did.
Right?
Yes.
But what is actually happening? Those guys are all wondering. Hey, but there could be many theories.
Nobody is listening to the teacher. They're just
No one actually knows what.
Some
happens
students are
'cause
also thinking that, but what if there's a demon that is what if
taking the school,
Yes.
making
What
it
if
commit
I'm next? So there ought to be serious counseling and serious intervention. And I personally, I don't have confidence in the NAST leadership.
Leadership.
Yes, but I really hope that the dean of students can do soul searching. They really need to do a lot of soul searching and to have to understand those dynamics. But the problem is we are going to have many of these cases, and they are not new, by the way. At the University of Namibia, there used to be a guy called Methusalem. He must be, I don't know whether he's in a mental place or he's in jail now.
Yeah.
That boy who stabbed another one 23 times
Why?
in the hostel. He just woke up, and then the point I'm trying to make, there are always signs. That's why I'm giving an example of that. That guy, I didn't finish the story. That guy who was talking about his father and his step brothers.
Yeah.
And one day he didn't come to class, and one of his colleagues came to me and said, no, a friend of mine, he didn't come to class, and I think he's having problems. So then I could see that guy was vulnerable. So what I started doing is that I started giving him responsibilities so that he can enjoy class. And he sometimes is very rude. He just say, this one is you can see his ideas are very stupid.
Yeah.
And the students want me now to intervene.
Yes.
So I was always very protective of him because I know
Yes.
what is basically happening. So I was giving him this profile as a leader and things like that. So the teachers, the lecturers need to properly orientate themselves and check what intervention is needed. The dean of students need to orientate, but the NAST student leaders should actually get conscious student leaders. Yeah, conscious student leaders who understand some of these things. You simply just need to go to the social media pages of your student leaders during that decisive moment when somebody have died. What are they posting? Is it flowers or cakes like mine that I have here? What are they actually doing?
But honestly, the only place where I heard this news from was Namibian newspaper.
Yes.
That's it.
On Instagram even.
On the Namibian newspaper, on Instagram. Even.
So did the SRC have a press conference?
No.
Not even. They went straight to Cultural Fest because they've already been working on it.
Exactly.
So obviously it was in the works.
Yeah.
They could not even say, let's stop it. And I think someone in the
Nast-
directory there must have said, let's just continue.
Yes, Nast.
And
Check, Nast they have a radio station. Why didn't
that's
they talk
even the
about
crazy
it?
thing. Where did they even put
By now they ought to have been in memory
think
of
that's
that.
just
There
needs-
ought to have been a suspension of class,
Exactly.
even just for 2 days,
Even just a funeral thing type thing.
and then speak to all your students at the same time to calm them down. Are we waiting for another student to jump?
So we
That's
just
crazy.
nah.
Yeah, so let's keep the
That you guys
faith.
must change, Kawan.
Let's keep the faith. Let's understand the student. Let's understand each other. Let's care for one another, because these kids are coming from different houses.
Yeah, show the
different
next
problems.
person love.
Yeah.
Especially the guys who you guys are busy cheating on and using.
And you see sometimes the love of the guys, and I actually believe that, and you have to be very careful.
the guys' love is real, ne?
Yeah, so that it doesn't give these gay vibes.
It's true though.
Yeah,
It's true though.
so check.
No. Sure.
Yeah, so
It's real.
Yeah, so but I want you to think about this. Why is it that even when I was just
Small boy.
at university, I think second year or third year, so you get a cherry, and then we are having a relationship, and your friends don't like that girl.
Yes.
You will have a difficult thing.
Very difficult.
You have a difficult thing because you will try to hide her,
Yes.
and then the guys are going to say, "Hey, me bro, your cherry is dying."
I know what Mbumba, I know.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't have a right to talk, man.
Yeah.
Remember your ex?
Yes,
Yeah, you know.
but once your friends
Like the girl.
like the girl,
It's a different story.
it's a different story. You'll be very happy.
Yeah.
So, guys' love is an easy one. So you actually you are stressed, ne? And sometimes there's a friend of mine. He's not into politics. He's a welder. He just fixes things. Ne?
Yeah.
So Desh. So Desh is just a funny guy.
Yeah.
So whenever I have something to people say, who this guy, who the fourth guy in the photo. Desh doesn't like politics. He doesn't like. He just does his things. But he's your jita. He's with you there. He's following and checking everything.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'm stressed from my politics. And then we just sit. And then the guys just started making fun of me.
Yeah.
He say, hey, me bro, but
No, chase, yeah.
and then he likes to make these jokes, ne? And it just relaxes me.
Yes.
So he would tell me the story, hey, ayo manu pe udamambera, baza benekanda, baza benekanda ngipya.
And a lot of these guys that
I
end up
control,
committing
yes.
these suicides are guys with no friends,
Yes.
like male friends, like just a group.
Yeah.
You know, I always say you only need 2 friends.
You just check up on your
You
guys.
just
ne?
need 2
because
friends.
I've seen it, I can tell you it works.
You and your 2 bras.
Yes.
It's child.
I can tell you it works.
They don't need too
I
many
would,
friends.
they will be talking shit about me there in newspapers. Ne? They will be doing all those things, guys. But I just drive and go to one of my guy. And
go
we
chill.
cheat there and chill. It's like nothing has happened. It's like it's a different world altogether.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that guy love, gents love, is a very important thing.
Yeah.
People always just think that these guys are always drinking, they're always what they're always being people don't actually understand. It's not just alcohol.
It's true.
If it's alcohol, I could have just gone and buy
drink,
beer.
yeah.
I beer stayed home.
Yes. So, but when the guys are drinking the beers, there's
a lot going on.
Yes, there's a guys. Okay, me bro, but and then the guy there, who's heartbroken, he drinks after a third beer, or even if you are not drinking, just chilling there. After they can meet and the guy tells the story, the guy just start randomly.
Points on deaf woman.
Yeah, just like that. Oh, me bro.
Oh, I don't give.
So another one start laughing. Man, don't do those things.
Yeah.
And it's always those guys
Yeah, so
who are saying don't laugh, who laugh
Yes,
like that.
yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Then the guys release, me bro, so it's true, ne? Then it registered that it's true.
Yeah.
Then they started relaxing. All of them, now they're like,
Now they're like, serious, what happened?
What
What
happened?
happened?
And if it's a funny story,
Yeah.
they laugh.
Then all of a sudden, the gents start taking your side. Which I skak, man.
Going
Yeah, man.
I knew about that girl was already.
Yeah.
You can see that
But
she's a hoe.
I can already tell. I can already tell. But maybe it's good, me bro. Think about it. You could have spent 10,000.
Yeah.
Then the guy read the schools. Yeah, it's true, man. I wanted
It's
to buy
true, I
a
wanted to
car.
buy a car.
Oh, thanks, man. Oh, me bro. Whoa.
It's child.
Therapy.
Therapy.
It's done.
No, but it's real though.
Yeah, because if you don't actually, it's not just, there's more than alcohol. So I think in the DNA of a guy, those social settings, but particularly for Africans, those things, actually our most happiest moments is when we are with our guys, particularly people who don't judge us. Like me, I have guys and friends that are in politics and some other guys. So the guy just comes and say, hey, where are you? He comes home and the guy probably does not know what's happening with the politics.
Yeah.
And the guy doesn't care whether I win president or not. If I win president, and the other guy will say, oh, my bro, our guy has won.
No.
So now we are going to go to State House and greet the guy. You understand? So then, oh, my bro, now we need to organize ourselves. My bro. So my name is Aizaraiku Plaki. He have never been kainanando anything formal. Time again, I did guys, the new shooter. You see, so it's important for that brotherly love. Because there's a lot of sisterhood that is happening. Government is supporting girls' child.
Exactly.
50-50.
It's all about
women in leadership, women CEO, women everything. And to an extent that we're almost been colonized. Now you just walk around, people are saying the future is female. The future is female. So what's basically, so we don't have a future, we don't have a future.
They are trying to create a stigma.
Yes.
And that stigma can affect people.
Now even the cars, well, Mercedes-Benz is now
must
producing.
be more feminine.
Yes, the cars must be pink. G-Wagon, it must be pink and all that because the future is female. So look, we don't have anything wrong with women empowerment. We are born, I was brought up by women. But those women that brought me up taught me to be a man. Right? They taught me to be a man. It is my actually grandmother who will always be able to say, I mean, we didn't grow up with our grandfather. He disappeared in 1979. Since he went in exile, he never came back.
Serious?
So, but she would always chase us, Keruo, from the kitchen area, saying, Deniko Koshinyang, to light the fire. And we were just there, scared me, bro. Because that house didn't have, during that years of poverty. So when you hear anything moving, but she will force us constantly to go there.
There's this term in Oshambo. Like, okay, it's a word. Napumbo kukareka tarume. Napumbo kukara, like, olument. You check. So it was, women also brought us.
So we need, the women brought us, and this is what people are thinking, this forced division between men and women. Women, all our mothers and grandmothers and sisters and wife, there must be a person who's able to take decisions. I'm going to tell my brother. You see, even us, we know, Kucha, when you are dating a cherry, even before I was married and all these things, when you are dating a cherry and then you see the brother, you check now. Me bro, now you.
Rodman.
Yes.
Something
happens. Greeting and says,
his boss. How's it?
So waiting up with the guy is, but once the guy becomes your friend,
it's over.
So it's already that check thing, checkmate, that regulates you properly. But guy love is very important. Gents love is very important. So we need to push back also. Yes, leave women empowerment. Let's support women empowerment, but not at the expense.
At the expense of us now.
Yes, now it's basically all the boys are just
neglecting now.
Just holding your nose like a bro. We can't breathe.
Because now, if you come up with your problems, people will be like, oh, are you a girl or what?
Exactly.
Now you also want to be like them or what?
Even if you go to the police right now and say, oh,
you got raped.
I was raped, or my wife beat me up. You'll be told, go home.
So we need to check that thing properly. I want to ask this question as we conclude. What if the student at NAST who jumped was a lady?
Real.
Spitting facts.
You would have had a first lady at NAST.
Spitting facts.
You would have ministers and everybody else at NAST.
Spitting facts.
You would have had people who are saying, it must be GBV. She must have been.
Yes,
there would have been in newspapers.
She must have been raped.
Yes.
She must have been.
There would have been a newspaper saying she was pushed by a guy. The boyfriend would have been interrogated now already by the police.
Real life.
Right? The cell phone record would have been checked.
Real.
Yeah, because it's like almost the life of a guy is not
important.
Yes, because the future
but it's been like that, man.
Yeah. So, but we need to push back about this thing, because whether it's a woman, when we lose a life of a girl, And when you lose the life of a boy,
Do we treat them the same?
it's important.
Exactly.
We need to be able to do all these things. So
People are pushing.
what are the gens doing now? Because the guys are also saying, Mibru, at those interviews, they just take women. So the jitters, what do? Armed robbery.
Exactly.
You were telling me a story about a
Let's
lady
go to that story.
being robbed.
Maybe just 2 minutes.
Yes.
The lady who came from her shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She came home. My bro, she just arrived. Just 3 seconds.
Yeah.
The lady just packed. She pressed the button to close the door. Cheap. She's checking. She knows she obviously take the car back. She knows the gate is closing.
Yeah.
These guys, they come running. 4 of them. The sedan is there. There's even a guy already driving the car. He's trying to angle it properly so that they can get away. He's checking, are the police or something going to come from here or here?
Yeah.
The guys, they come with guns. Imagine from the trouser, they come. They throw a stone in the lady's window. They say, open the door. She opens the door. They pull her out. Maybe they're even choking her. You know, because you couldn't see the footage of her being dragged, but you could see her hair is like scuffled and she's running after them. They go in the booth, they take 400,000, they disappear.
So this armed robbery, yes, they are.
And there was even a man that was just there passing by.
Yeah.
I wanna speak about that guy. He was just passing by. He could see that something is going on, but he's just enjoying life.
Yeah.
Mind your business, man.
Mind your
Because
business
that's
how?
also what basically happening is that this boy child would actually start being anti-system, anti-society, anti-everything, anti-woman. By prioritizing women at the expense of the boys, they actually become anti-women.
Yes.
Like some of these guys would just say, yeah, there was a guy who once called on radio program and said, yeah, you see a guy. Yes, and some guys were just saying that, yeah, we're having this problem, the government is just looking at women.
Girls.
So
Free
these guys,
beds, free pets, but they're not giving guys anything.
you see,
know?
so that's also part of the problems that we are saying. Look, we must empower women. Women suffer. That's why for us we are even saying, it is in our manifesto, we are saying, I want every child that is born, we must give childbirth grant. And we know it appears to be controversial to some people. Look, people are going to have sex, they are going to have children. For 1 year, give a grant or something. You give the veterans, what do the veterans do? They did something historical there. But we are saying, this girl is unemployed and she have a child, right? So once you give her a grant, you also
Increase her chances.
No, you relax this guy who's under pressure.
Oh yeah.
Because they say, you are an asshole, you are not giving anything, and what. Yeah, but at least now the government is an intervention on your behalf. They can afford. So now as a government, on behalf of the gents, and also in support of our lady, so that the child can be for a year, we are going to give you this particular grant. So Oshimashino, we need to balance it properly. Because if we don't balance it properly, we're going to have a problem. So if
It's not even we are going. There's already the problem is there.
So probably this boy believes that if he's having a problem or he's heartbroken, he probably believes that if he goes to the SRC, they will laugh at him.
Exactly.
If he goes to his friends, or if it's heard somebody is going to write about it on our juice or whatever it is. You see? So maybe there's no safe space. But we are actually encouraging guys, check up on your friends. If you didn't hear from the guy even in a week,
ask him what's wrong.
just gents, man, how's it, man?
No, we're going now.
Yeah. Tune those WhatsApp groups with your guys that just say, oh, you post something and you just check, oh, the guys have read it, so it's online. Yeah, because the guy will probably say, oh, I don't have airtime, man. So let's do those WhatsApp groups for inner circles, and you just say boys group. And then we just share, man, and just check up on the guy. And then we check your status and say, and once you just see the guys posting things there to say, they all want you when you are doing well. Me bro, pick up the phone and call the guy.
It's a me bra.
I haven't heard from him in a while, you know.
So thank you very much, guys. This it's not just a podcast, it also assists me to reflect and think.
And also relax.
Because from our big schedule, all about campaigns and taking over the country. And also just to relax. I think I'm aware of what has happened at NAST. I know what is wrong. But I probably would not have gotten an opportunity to discuss it.
To speak about it,
Like how you guys, you think this is just a podcast, but this podcast might actually just change the life of somebody who's watching who's watching this.
Yeah.
I know I've spoken a lot.
So yeah.
It's what we do.
Yeah.
So
We're just here to listen and
guys, we're running out of time. I think we should.
Hope you guys enjoyed it.
We should end this, right? Let's end this. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, come on, subscribe. What are you waiting for?
Yeah.
It's just one button. I mean, how can we have over 30,000 views, but we're only at 1.5k subscribers? It doesn't make sense, guys. Let's grow as a country. Hit that button, like, share, and everything.
Yeah, shout out to Dr. Job Amupanda, coolest guy out there, very calm, collected, very funny. You see the vibes. I mean, at the end of the day, are you voting for genuine or are you voting for fake people?
Exactly.
Take what you get. The good is just good. You might have heard something, you might feel a certain way about something, but trust your instincts.
Exactly.
If it says go here, just go there. Because you cannot regret on instinct. Yeah.
Thanks, Nazim.
Thank you, sir. It was a wonderful day.
Okay.
Shout out to you guys.
Yeah.
You guys should sub up, like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah.
Comment Dr. Job for president.
Maybe I must get I want to have a restaurant one day.
Really?
So that you can have chocolate cakes.
Chocolate cake all
Just
the
chocolate
time.
cake all the time.
And carrot cake.
Someone
This guy
send,
likes cake.
someone send Dr. Job a cake.
Someone send him a cake.
Someone just send him a cake.
Yeah. Comment cake actually.
If you bake or sell cakes, give him a cake.
Actually, if you made it this far, comment cake.
Yeah.
Comment cake. Yeah.
For real though. Have a good day, guys.
Have a good day. Thank you guys for watching, and we're out, man.
Son.
Okay, sure.
Che, how long was that?